Going at a rather meticulous pace here. 8:30 and counting down. Now in Vikings territory. Kauhi again, the lone setback. Fafata Padrina facing a four-man rush. Finds the receiver downfield, and Natividad was the intended receiver, but the Vikings had solid coverage.
Yeah, it was an overthrown ball, but again, I like the play selection 1st and 10 after 2 big gains, just taking a shot and trying to loosen up that defense again so that they could attack them downhill again.
Michael Bello usually plays the right side corner position here for the Vikings. Has a couple picks on the season, but he will be tested, no doubt. 2nd and 10, operating from the pistol this time. Vikings move it around. And here's Fafata Padrina. And it's almost intercepted. Areki was intended receiver, but Hilo had a golden opportunity.
This play right here could have been detrimental and could have actually gotten a flag for targeting. That was a fine line of gaining that, which is what these referees are trying to eliminate.
Castiglione there had a Christmas present but dropped it as Fafata Padrina facing pressure. Lauti, outstretched arms, incomplete. Vikings dialed up the blitz and it paid off this time.
Again, absolutely, just trying to get after it. You know, Coach Kleneski here on a couple of third downs been trying to roll out Fafata there. Great job just through the midst there of Lauti. Could have been a big gain for him.
Kahiel Walker providing coverage there for Hilo, number 24. And the Monarchs here at 4th and 10 will go back to punt. So we have a single return man. Logan Respicio standing at his own 10-yard line. It's going to be a fake, and it's going to be Po Mai Kim. 40, 35, first down, Damien.
Credit Damien and its play selection. You know, you can't be sleeping on defense, especially on special teams, because the special teams will creep up and throw which were quite what's the word? We've seen this plenty of times.
Well, yeah, being that both of you coaching the ILH, anytime that Damien punts in the opposition's territory on 4th down, you always probably are second-guessing yourselves. I can imagine. Well, the Monarchs continue to drive here from the eye. It's going to be the option. It'll be Kauhi, 35-30. Gets a block on the outside. He's upended near by the Vikings sideline. Pretty good gain, around 7 on the play here for Damien.
Yes, absolutely. Went back under center here. A lot of guys don't plan for that. A good job of getting the ball on the edge and letting Kauhi do some work there. Great job.
On that play, the Monarchs kind of gave a throw back the clock type of moment there from maybe a couple years ago. A lot of people remember Marcus Fafata Padrina as a option quarterback operating out of the eye. But boy, has he matured. Lauti in motion on this play. Little, I don't know if that was designed, but Po Mai Kim gets the inside handoff and he's a yard shy of the first down.
A quick inside trap play to your fullback, just handing it off and let him duck his head, put his head down and bulldoze for a few yards.
And the Monarchs here, very long drive, probably passing 10 plays already. Again from the eye, Hilo, penetration up the middle gap there, and the Monarchs here finishing off the run very well. Again, it's another rugby scrum near the 20-yard line, and the Monarchs have entered the Vikings red zone. First down, Damien.
Yeah, you know, the thing that's popping out here on this drive is that, number one, Kauhi is a powerful runner, and it looks like Hilo hasn't really had to deal with that type of runner before. So, again, they're gang tackling, but they got to get him down on the ground as soon as they can.
So with 6:27 left, Monarchs here continue to drive. A lot of hands on hips for the Vikings defense here, as the Monarchs will operate from the eye once more. Fafata Padrina under center. It's going to be a bootleg. has a receiver in the end zone. Does he find him? Natividad! Touchdown! Jarvis Natividad, probably the fourth best known receiver on the Damien Monarchs roster, but he is one of the more effective deep threats downfield. Let's check it out here on the replay.
It's definitely a benefit to being a fourth selection, because now all eyes aren't usually on you, and being that you've got some amazing speed, he's making it happen.
Went against Michael Bello on the one-on-one, and it pays off here. Monarchs down 2, and they're going to go for 2. Fafara Padrina has space, evades some tacklers, and he will be brought down. Michael Bello, who gave away the touchdown, redeems himself and prevents the Monarchs from tying.
I tell you what, you know, me being a former special teams coordinator, I love the calls by Coach Eddie here. Again, this is the last game of the season. You got to pull every trick out of your hat. I love the aggression. I love it all. It's a great job.
All right, we're going to take a break here from Aloha Stadium. Hilo 21, Damien 19. We'll be right back.
People who text while driving will travel the length of a football field without looking, but roads aren't the place to play. HHSAA reminds you to hashtag #TryWait.
All right, right back here at Hawaiian Tail Federal Credit Union Field at Aloha Stadium. As you see the Damien faithful, they have something to cheer about. Things started off very well for them. Then Hilo gained momentum. Now Damien gets it right back here, down 2, 21-19. Guys, have you been impressed so far with the performance on these both teams? We'll start with Coach Miley.
Man, I'm loving the game, and I'm loving the energy that this crowd is bringing. Both teams are here. They're in it to win it.
Okay.
No, absolutely. You know, I love the adjustments here that Damien made coming out of the halftime. And love the aggressive play calling and just putting it all on the line right now.
Now, all eyes are probably going to be back on number 22 for Hilo. And I know the Vikings, what they tend to do is they try to hide him in the kick return scene. This time he will be standing at his own 20. What a tremendous talent is Kahale Huddleston. 32 touchdowns total coming into this contest. 4 kickoff returns, 90 yards and above.
That's 22 with the 2 that he just made this game, or is that 24?
Yeah, that'll be 34 total.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And tremendous talent. Many people
24.
around says that Kahale probably has the best first step in the state. Again, it will be a squib. And the Vikings will do the smart thing, and it will lie prone to the ground here. They will get great field possession at their own 43-yard line. And the Vikings will commence. We'll check it out here on the replay.
As a special teams player, being on this electrifying stage, I would definitely have to be disciplined to just lay down after receiving the ball, because definitely most players would have just try to take it to the house.
Oh, there's always that temptation, no doubt about that. And the Vikings here with a 2-point lead. Let's see what inroads they can do here on offense as Apau gets closed down and does a good job in preventing negative yardage. Salvages a gain of around 4 or 5 for the first down.
Yeah, good reaction by Apau here. He saw, they're trying to get the ball to Huddleston, kept it. Again, getting positive yards, keeping the chains moving, allowing them to try and make plays.
Again, the Vikings go in their usually a 4-receiver set. Huddleston the lone setback. It'll be Huddleston bursting right through the line, and he'll be around a yard or 2 shy as the Vikings cross midfield on that play.
Huddleston, the iconic of a running back, as you can see, he's always falling forward, and that's what you want in every great running back, a falling forward momentum.
Now 3rd and 2 here. And movement on the line. And I think the hard count probably will give Hilo a 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense number 58, 5-yard penalty. Penalty results in a first down.
Or they caught the Monarchs with the hard count.
Yeah, Josiah Meadow, one of the more aggressive linebackers here for the Monarchs. Little tad bit aggressive on that play. Vikings will start here for the Monarchs 44. Duke's backfield, and it's going to be Apau. Apau keeps it himself, still with the rock, still not going down. And depending on the spot, he should be close to the first down. JT White there with the stop.
Yeah, again, great job there. Everybody's focusing on Huddleston. Apau is doing a great job of making plays with his feet and keeping the chains moving to keep Hilo alive and going here.
And if you're the Vikings brain trust, 2nd and 1 seems to be a nice opportunity to maybe taking this one deep, perhaps. 3 receivers set. Duke's backfield from the gun is Apau. Apau here calls his own number, tucks it down past the 30 into the 27-yard line. And the chains move again here for the Vikings.
Apau with a little hesitation, as you can see on the replay. He was looking downfield first and decided that he's going to be the playmaker of that.
As you see there, a first and line bank first down for the Vikings. 4:05 and counting down. Pretty fast-moving third quarter. And the Vikings here with 12 seconds on the play clock. Checks the sidelines, now gets the call. Again, Duke's backfield here for Apau. It's going to be Apau keeping himself 25. Skitters his way down to the 22-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 5 on that play.
Again, great job by the quarterback, Apau, making people miss, running forward just like we said with Huddleston. 2nd and 5 is a perfect place to be for any play call in your playbook.
Now at 3:27 and counting down. Vikings here with a check with me offense. Man in motion as Tiaganko. It's going to be Huddleston. Huddleston ramps into the pile. And he's going to be a yard or two shy of the first down. So Hilo trying to establish in the trenches.
Huddleston not being a stranger to physicality. As you can see, he's not shying away from the big defense that the Monarchs are throwing at him.
Now 3rd and 2. Again, man in motion, that is Tiaganko. Duke's backfield for the Vikings. It's going to be Huddleston. Huddleston crossing to the 16-yard line, and at least from the eye test, that should be a first down, and they do move the chains.
Again, like you said, Huddleston, everybody in the stadium knows that he's going to get the football, and just a great job of not shying away from the contact and getting those yards afterwards.
Yep, first down and 10, and entering the red zone. Yards getting a little tougher. Again from the same set, Duke's backfield here. Huddleston patiently waiting, somehow scoots through the 10, down to the 6. Maybe the 7, he'll be a yard shy of the first.
Huddleston reminds me of Le'Veon Bell with that little delay in the hole kind of move, you know, which most coaches preaches against. But as you can see, it came out positive for Huddleston and Le'Veon Bell.
Very true. 2nd down and 1. Huddleston here, little sidestep, and maybe that little extra effort at the end. It should be close for the first down.
Yeah, again, I'm impressed with, 175-pound back, and he runs like he's about 205. So he's doing a great job right now, moving the pile and trying to get the first down.
And indeed, it will be a first down, so it will be 1st and goal from the 5. Minute 36 left. Hilo looking to widen the margin. Again with a man in motion, that's Kanai Halua. That's going to be Apau to Huddleston, and he is upended at the 5. Oh, tremendous stop there. That is Areki. He's everywhere on this field.
Areki making plays on both sides of the ball. This time he's on the defensive side, which without that saving tackle could have been another 6 points for the Vikings.
So no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal. Blitz for Damien. It's going to be Apau. And you see there, Pomai Kim going for the strip. But Apau holds on. So Damien very stout with their backs towards the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Ramondo's trying to keep the clock running here by, running on, 4 straight plays now. It'll be interesting to see what he does. Like you said, a fast-moving 3rd quarter. We'll see the next 2 play calls. He should have 2 in his pocket to try and score.
You wonder if Hilo has reservations for like a 10 o'clock flight out of here. Hopefully they have changed that. 24 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 4 receivers. Apau looking left, looking towards the center. Has the receiver wide open. Touchdown. Kainalu Tiaganko.
Hats off to Apau, being patient in the pocket and finding the open man for the strike. That's what we're seeing here, is Apau with the patience to find his open receiver.
And now setting up for the extra point, Kahaku Tolentino Perry. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's through the uprights. An important extra point because now the Vikings are ahead by 2 possessions. 14 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Hilo 28, Damien 19. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here from Aloha Stadium.
I always envisioned Patagonia being this mystical land, sort of a forgotten place. The landscape and just all the dynamics of the water, the way it moved, it just seemed so different than anywhere I'd ever been. Almost like it was the land before time.
Earn 5 times miles with the Priority Destinations World Elite MasterCard. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
National Safety Council, 1.6 million crashes per year are caused by cell phone use while driving. If you pick up your phone while driving, it might be the last time you ever do. HHSAA reminds you to hashtag
And we're back here as you see the Damien faithful. And they have come in more than a few droves here to Aloha Stadium with an opportunity to gain their first state title ever. But now they do have some work in front of them. Down by 9, 28-19 here. Gotta love that school spirit.
Damien is no stranger to coming from behind. They've battled and clawed and fought their way from being down and out many of times. I truly expect Damien to do that tonight.
They are down 9, really fitting a familiar theme, but Coach Malfala, what do you think Hilo needs to do to kind of shut the door here on the Monarchs?
Again, in that last Monarch possessions, they were able to run the ball effectively, which opened up the passing lanes. They got to continue to try and stop the run and force Falfata Pedrina to make all the throws and just keep bringing the blitzes from everywhere so he takes his eyes from going downfield.
Tolentino Perry here. Set the kickoff, and it's going to be a squibber. And it's going to be a campfire here for the Monarchs, and it will be an offload out to a recce. And for the Vikings, they catch a break off a special teams play this time.
Yeah, most definitely. You see there, the little squib kick. Try not to put it deep. Those 2 dynamic guys, they try to rekindle what they did in the first half, and Hilo did a great job of covering down and putting that guy on the ground.
7 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter as you see Vikings feeling real good about themselves. Why not? It's always that first time when you see yourself on the Jumbotron. You see more smiles than frowns, which is good. I can imagine if I saw myself, I'd be pretty terrified. But anyway, back to the game. From the 11 is the Monarchs. Man in motion. And on the jet sweep, that's a recce. A recce 15, upended at around the 17-yard line. So a pretty good gain here for the Monarchs and upended there by the secondary, led by Kahial Walker. This will be the final play of the third quarter, and we will take a break. And we'll come back here for the championship conclusion. Hilo 28, Damien 19.
I can't say enough about what Hawaii has given me and how grateful I feel. For showing me the value of hard work and humility, for your incredible amount of support, for teaching me the importance of community, for always putting family first and encouraging me every step of the way. Thank you. As a proud local company, Island Insurance shares these values, and that's why Island is my insurance company. Island Roots, Island Values, Island Insurance.
You know what? No Foods has so many great products.
You can't say no to no.
I got one. We're so good, we're no good.
I got one. If can, can. If no can, no can.
Oh no, licious. No way, like the no way.
All right, I'm hungry already. What's for dinner?
I have no idea what's for dinner.
However you say no,
just say yes to no.
A text isn't worth a person's life. Put down the phone and drive with safety and caution. The HHSAA reminds you to hashtag #TryWait.
All right, and we're back here from the Showcase of the Pacific, Aloha Stadium. Damien, ball spotted at their own 17. And the officials will need to clean a few things up. And we will resume here. 2nd and 4. Again from the 17-yard line. 4 receivers for the Monarchs. Single setback. Fafara Padrina, slant route. And is caught. Or, yeah, I guess they're going to call that a catch. Jordan Savaleja with another sliding catch. First down. Let's check it out here.
Nice, quick slant route there. Good job trying to come down with the football, moving the chains here.
Okay, so I take that back. They've ruled incomplete, so now it's going to be 3rd down and 4. We couldn't see it from our point of view as the receiver's back was towards us. Nevertheless, 3rd and 4. Vikings showing pressure. They'll bring 5. Fafara Padrino, sideline route, and there'll be a misconnection with Alika Areki. 4th down, and the Monarchs will set back to punt, but then again, we don't know if they're going to punt sometimes on 4th down.
And trust me, I know about that. You know, the Monarchs pull out that rabbit out of their hat at the most unexpected time, and they capitalize on that, catching the defenses on off guard.
It is 4th down and 4. And it will be Vikings setting up a return, line drive kick, and they're going to let this one go. Take a little Viking roll, and the Vikings, now up 9, will start in Monarch territory. It will be spotted on the midfield stripe. This is a big turning point of the game, or a big juncture in the game here, coaches. What do you think, Coach Malafala?
No, absolutely. Hilo forcing Damien to go 3 and out there and not giving them an opportunity to drive, with the potential to here just beyond midfield to go and score and maybe put this game on ice.
Well, just a few ticks off the clock here to start the 4th quarter, and the Vikings will shift into the spread. So it's going to be a Apau to Huddleston. Huddleston keeping those feet moving there as things get nasty in the trenches. Gain of 3 or 4 on the play.
You know, that's not of Huddleston to just gain 3 yards. We're used to seeing him break 5+ yards per carry, and hats off to the Monarchs defense for trying to keep a lid on this workhorse.
Well, the Vikings, with probably another Huddleston carry, they are encroaching on 2 100-yard rushers. Quarterback Khalil Apau already with 87 yards. And you see Apau calling his own number. Set up 3rd and makeable.
Yeah, what I like here is that Hilo is staying aggressive with the play calling, and you don't know who's going to get the football. Is it the tailback? Is it the quarterback? And they're continuing to gain yardage and move the sticks, and more importantly, the clock is ticking away and making it tougher and tougher on Damien to try and get back in this thing.
3rd down and 4. Most teams will try to air this one out, but the Vikings here, they're going to go with a quad set. Top of the screen. Now they'll have a man in motion. They're going to run the option. Huddleston catches it with one hand. He is upended. What a play there by the Monarchs. Perimeter defense was on point there by the sophomore cornerback number 32, Kyle Kinney.
Monarchs secondary coming off a block to make the play. You got to give them credit, and that's what they've got to do to be able to contain Huddleston tonight.
Well, they're going to go for it. At least that's what they're representing. 17 seconds on the play clock. Apau looks at the sidelines. Man in motion here. That's going to be Huddleston. And Huddleston will balance out the formation. Movement on the line. No flag thrown. 1 second on the play clock, and the Vikings will take the penalty for delay of game if they did not call a timeout.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Coach Miley, what do you think about that strategy there?
Well, that's pretty much a 4th down play right there. Try to draw the defense off sides, especially in an aggressive defensive line like the Monarchs defensive line. But if not, you still have the opportunity to punt the ball away.
So the Vikings looking to switch up field position. And the kick by Kanai Halua here will bounce inside the 10, and it's going to take a roll. Picked up by the Monarchs. Areki, always a dangerous situation, but the Monarchs will salvage field position at their own 9-yard line.
Yeah, smart play there by Areki to try and get that thing, because that thing was heading toward to be inside the 5-yard line, and no offense likes to move from inside the 5-yard line, trying to go 95 yards or score a touchdown.
Absolutely. Well, instead of 95, they're going to have to travel 91 here to get 6 on the board. And for all the success that the Monarchs have, especially as a balanced team between run and pass, what do you see that's been a little different tonight, Coach Malfalo, for the Monarchs? Is it the Vikings adjusting, or the Monarchs are a little out of kilter?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, I think there have been some missed throws here, some misreads, and Hilo is just doing a great job of playing hard right now.
Now, Fafata Padrina had Areki on the sideline and overthrows him. Really didn't have an open receiver on that play, and will salvage to live another day. 2nd down. Let's check it out here on the replay.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to run a little wheel route there with our guy Areki, and just a little high, sailed over his head and didn't have a chance at it.
9:11 left here in regulation. From the pistol, it's Marcus Fafata Padrina. 12 for 20, 139 yards and 1 score. Fafata Padrina lasers this one over to Areki, and the ball pops loose, and it's taken by the Vikings. Now, will this play stand? The penalty flag was thrown at the 20-yard line. And the Vikings here, opportunistic once more.
Fafata with a great throw, great concentration catch, but as you can see right there, credit the aggressiveness of this Hilo secondary.
Penalties decline. 1st down.
And it becomes a turnover.
That's a major blow there for the Damien Monarchs, as they just finally got a chunk out of the black zone that we call it, and turn the ball over, and defense got to come up big right now.
With 9 minutes left on the clock, the Vikings with the short field up 9 points. And keep in mind, a touchdown and a point conversion will still be two possessions here at this point, but the Monarchs, for all of their cardiac moments throughout the year, the hourglass may be running out here at this point. From the Monarch 21, Respicio in motion. Apau will go for it all. Kanai Hailua catches it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Heck of a play call by that offensive coordinator, coming off of a sudden change. Took a shot inside the 25-yard line, paid off big, and just extended the lead even more. Great touch, great catch.
Kyle Kinney, for a sophomore, is a very good cover corner. By Kanai Hailua there with a big touchdown. 34-19, and the extra point goes through the uprights. 35-19, 8:53 left. And we are going to take a break here from Aloha Stadium with Hilo up 35-19 after this replay.
Great catch, great throw, great result.
Beautiful touch on the play there by Kaleo Apau on that play. So again, the Vikings up.
Will travel the length of a football field without looking, but roads aren't the pace to play. HHSAA reminds you to hashtag TryWait.
Off all the trick plays, man. He's got to pull it out,
And
man.
we're right back here as you see the Vikings fans here. Just 8:53 away from finally bringing a state football title back to Mokuo Keawe here. It is 8:53 left, and if the first game was any indication, we are a long ways away. But for the Monarchs here to provide another epic comeback here this season, Coach Maile, what do you think is step one?
Number one is securing that ball, because as we've seen, it's very crucial. You can't do anything without it. And they've definitely got to keep that in their possession.
And then a squib kick there. And catches a Monarch player squarely. Kaena Kaimamala, 5'7" running back. Good thing he's part of what could be the hands team. Needed a good solid pair of mitts to gather this one up. So the Vikings try to roll the dice a little bit, and the Monarchs will be the beneficiary now with very good field position. Again, we're still in a two-possession contest, 35-19. Marcus Fafara-Padrino will have to put his best performance of his career here. Four receivers.
8 minutes and 51 seconds. Still plenty of time for this football.
Absolutely. Now Fafara-Padrino here. It's going to buy some time. Rolls in the pocket. Hit S-Road, and it's caught at the 30. It is Sivaleha, and the drive continues. First down, Damien.
What a gutsy play there by Fafara-Padrino. Moving around, keeping the play alive, and then standing tall in the pocket and delivering a strike down the middle of the field.
We have seen a share of dual threat quarterbacks here today. Austin Ewing, a great example for Korawaina. Let's see what Marcus Fafara-Padrino can do. Ball spotted on the Viking 31. Fafara-Padrino in the pocket. Has one deep. Has a recce. A lot of tussling between Areki and the Viking defender. That is Castian Ioane providing coverage.
Credit to the secondary of the Vikings, being that they stayed aggressive and covering all the receivers.
Holding offense number 51, 10-yard penalty, first down.
And to compound things here, Coach Malfalo, a Damien penalty.
Yeah, you know, I was shocked there. I thought it was pass interference there, defensive pass interference. Tough no call there, and then they get a holding call to move them back. You know, they just got to stay calm, stay focused, and make a play here.
Now it's going to be 1st and 20. One thing with the Monarchs here in this year's edition, all four receivers are deep threats. And they do have a game breaker in the backfield also. Fafata Padrino from the pistol. Free man rush right up the middle. Still evading pressure. Floats one out of bounds. That was a throwaway. And it will be 2nd and 20. Hilo now really dialing up some pressure, Coach Miley.
Fafata is actually making better throws while getting hit. I think running around and not getting hit is a factor in his game now.
2nd and 20, and Coach Malafala, you got to think that Damien has to find a way to break contain.
Yeah, they do. You know, Fafata Padrino is an exciting guy, and they got to find a way to either get him outside of the pocket to make a throw or just put it in one of their playmakers' hands right now.
Now they set up the screen for Kauhi. Kauhi 45-40, and a good team defense right there as Walker and Tiaganko, they're combined on the tackle.
Kauhi being a playmaker also just didn't get enough yardage to be able to be effective on that last screen play.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 18. No doubt this is 4-down territory and a 4-down situation, to be frank. 4 receivers. We have trips to the top of the screen as Fafata Padrino on a roll. He throws on the right side, intercepted at the 30, 40. Walking the tightrope in the sidelines there. The Vikings dial up another turnover. That's Elijah Apau, the 5'4" defensive back.
Coach Ramondo doing a great job of mixing up pressure and coverage. This time everything's covered up deep. You know, you teach the quarterback never throw the ball late. He did there. Bad things happen when you do that.
And as I like to say, if the alarm bells are not ringing yet, I think they're ringing loud and clear here on the Monarch sideline. The Vikings, with all of their 3 and 4 wide receiver formations, they are a true running team, and look for the Vikings to run the ball a lot here on this drive. 7:12 left, and I'm sure the Monarchs will have to be thinking turnover. Again, another line shift. We're going to go into 4 receivers. It'll be Apau calling his own number, has a pulling guard, and he's actually going to get a couple on this play. And now, Coach Malafala, the clock is a big issue.
It is, absolutely. And Hilo, offensive coordinator, is staying aggressive, went to a guard over to unbalanced line, still just trying to find creative ways to keep the clock moving and win this football game.
6:49, 6:48, and counting down here. And the Vikings with 18 seconds on the play clock. They're looking to be very deliberate. Monarchs here pressing at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be Apau calling his own number. He'll keep it. Apau twists and turns, and he's going to be around 4 yards shy of the first down.
Hilo offense is definitely grinding out the time, and possession is going to be key here for them. And they've got to move the chains and still hold possession of that ball.
Crucial 3rd down here, and the clock continues to run. 6:04, 6:03 and counting. 12 seconds on the play clock. Apau will look to bleed this one under 5. Again, it's going to be 4 receivers there, and Damien here with a little reprieve. Here's the call.
False start. Offense number 62. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Kaeo Vero, 6'5", 300 pounds. He's hard to miss when you look at that front for Hilo. And could not avoid the gaze of the officials there. 3rd down and 9 now. Clock continues to run here. 5:37 and counting down. 10 seconds on the play clock. Ball on the left hash in Monarch territory. And they're going to go here with the orbit, and it's going to be Huddleston here on the shovel. 45. And the Monarchs very fortunate to drive him out of bounds. And the clock should be stopping, perhaps. But it's going to set up 4th down.
You know, it seems like that's been their bread and butter play tonight there for Hilo. I like it, again, putting it in the hands of Huddleston there. Just trying to keep the clock moving again, move the sticks. We'll see what they do here.
5:15 left here. Clock stopped as the play went out of bounds. 4th and 4. The Monarchs will need to stop him. Tiaganko in motion. 7 seconds on the play clock. And Hilo may go conservative here, draining this clock, and will get called for another delay of game penalty.
Hilo is looking for the jump, calling the freeze play for on that.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So the Vikings will play field position here. 35-19 as you take a good look there at Khalil Apau. Was not named the starter to begin the season for the Vikings, but it was in that game against Conewaina around over a month ago that he ended up taking the reins, and surely may be on his way to bringing glory to Hilo Town. Kanehailua there with a punt. He's going to check up at around the 15. He's going to take a Viking roll inside the 10. And the Monarchs here will need to go 91 yards in order to cut this to a 1-score deficit.
Yeah, great job taking a delay of game there, pinning Damien back, having them go 91 yards to go and score. You know, a lot of the star players for Damien are having to play both ways, so fatigue is starting to play a big factor in their opportunities to go make plays and try and win this game.
I know you guys talked about trying to empty out the playbook here, and I know Damien's playbook is very extensive, but here with 5:02 left, they may want to look towards the back page or the back cover of that playbook.
Yeah, absolutely. It's do or die now. You know, they got to go down the field in a hurry right now, and they have to score.
I'm going to split out Pomai Kim, the tight end here, for 5 receivers, and they find Kim and he drops it. Tiaganko was barely down on Pomai Kim, but it's an incomplete pass. Time stops with 4:58 left.
You know, the one thing that you're seeing right here, Coach, is that, you know, Damien is now the team that's not executing, and it's almost as if Hilo can't make a mistake right now. And in these championship types of games, you know, that's the difference between winning and losing.
And definitely, this is not the type of Monarch football that we're used to seeing.
Fofana Padrina here trying to evade pressure, and he's going to be brought down. A swarming wave of blue and gold taking down the number 10 man from the Monarchs. Hilo defense really stepping up now. Check it out here, Coach Miley.
Hilo's defense is accredited for keeping Fafata not throwing and air raiding on their secondary. Secondary is manning up, keeping coverage, and the defensive line is just getting after him.
Well, it's 3rd and 9. 5-man rush here and almost intercepted. Kaya Walker had the best opportunity on that play. Areki was the intended receiver for the Monarchs. And the Vikings right now are very ironclad on defense.
Yeah, they're doing a great job again of mixing it up and covering down. They're playing with a lot of confidence and at a high level, and it's always dangerous trying to play against a defense that feels that way.
Now you may be wondering what this big roar is. It is certainly not for Hilo stopping Damien on 3rd down. It is the entry of the Kahuku Red Raiders coming out of the tunnel, and they will be doing battle shortly in their matchup, number 1 versus number 2 against the St. Louis Crusaders. Fofana Padrina, the punter. He's going to root this one. It's going to be high, short, and out of bounds. So the Vikings will enjoy very good field position here. Again, 4:07 left, and the Vikings up 2 possessions.
Yeah, guys, Hilo just got to stay calm and finish. You know, not let the excitement get to them yet, because there's still 4:07 on the clock. And like Coach Miley's been saying all night, Damien, anything can happen with those guys.
No doubt about that. They definitely demonstrated that throughout the 2017 season. And the Vikings here going to break the huddle with 3 receivers, single setback, and a wing back over on the right side. Monarchs will blitz. It will be Huddleston. And Huddleston just making sure that the clock bleeds through. Only a gain of 1 on that play.